So I'll be honest with you all, I'm pretty burned out on coding. I'm pretty burned out on this YouTube channel. It feels like I'm just doing the same thing every day, publishing the same content. There's nothing really new changing in this industry. I mean, like you could make a video about like new AI models or make a new video about new libraries or frameworks. It's just, if you zoom out, it's literally the same thing. If you work a full-time job, it's literally the same thing every day. But anyway, let me try to be positive. Let me fake some positivity for you all. And we're going to try to get out of burnout by doing something that's a little bit more creative, right? A little bit more simple brained. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to build out what we're seeing here. This is an image, and we're going to practice our Tailwind skills. So I'm going to try to build this out and see if I can do it. And then I'm going to take a screenshot and let AI do it within 5 seconds, and then really feel good about ourselves and feel good about the trajectory of this industry. Let's start with the fun part. We're going to try to make a card that looks like this. Oh, a Tailwind. So let's go to, I have Tansec start over here, and we are going to try to style that. So we're going to go over here and just make a div. And in that div, what do we want to do in that div? We want to put a little timer, and then we're going to say accomplish tasks swiftly with online tools. Accomplish tasks swiftly with online tools. We should probably do, I think I have Lucid icons installed, so I could do like a timer icon. Let's just see how that looks. Close enough. We're not going to try to make it 100% accurate, but let's just go with it. So get quoted and covered in under 10 minutes. Just make another div here. Get quoted and covered in under 10 minutes. Okay. Online period, no paperwork. No paperwork or writing anymore. They don't have a period at the end of that sentence. They didn't capitalize the N in that sentence. What do I know? That's probably better copyright than I can do. And then he has a view more button. So let's go over here and say view more. Oh, capital V, capital M. Okay. Honestly, of the right side, I'm just going to grab a screenshot of this and try to just paste it in. Good enough. Okay, let's go over here and just throw that into somewhere. Do I have an assets folder? I got a public folder. I'll just call this like design. All right, looks good enough. So then let's add an image. We'll do like an image over here, and then I'll call it design. PNG. Okay, let's go back and refresh. We got our nice little design. We got this card. All right, let's just copy the color here. And is there like a fast way to just get the hex color to my clipboard? Like you would think there'd be a way to like copy the color, but like I don't know why they make this so. Oh, it's a copy button right here. It's hidden. You can learn something new every day. Okay. Now, because we're using Tailwind, I think we have to go and like add this to our Tailwind config. Honestly, I don't remember how to extend to add this color. AI has made me a lazy developer. So we're going to go ahead and call this like darker blue. And then we're going to go over here and just say BG darker blue. That is how you should hopefully be able to style it. There you go. Now let's try to make it look like a card. So to make it look like a card, looks like it has like a rounded border on it. So I could say like rounded LG, give it padding of 8 and see how that looks. You know, I think it'd be easier if we just did this so I can actually take a look at this. All right, so what do we need to do with this card? I think the image, it's pretty big. Like I should probably flex this. To get this to lay out like left and right, I could just give a flex. So I think I could just say flex. And then I could just go ahead and wrap this whole thing in a flex. And then a flex call, gap of 4. Okay, that'll put this to the left and this image to the right. And then what we need to do is on the image itself, I feel like it's a little too big. I just give this like a width of like, I don't know, some fixed number. I don't know. There's probably some better way to do this. Okay, so now that I think about it, we don't want actually padding on this. We want padding in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the padding here. And I'm going to put the padding instead on this. Okay. And then we probably want to give this thing also some type of like fixed width or something. Let's go ahead and increase the size of this. I'll say class name text of 2XL and see how that looks. I think also font bold. Looks like they bolded it, so I'll say font bold. There you go. Timer we can make a little bit bigger. So again, on the timer itself, can actually say size. Size of like 10 and see how that looks. It looks pretty good. And then the view more button. This is a button that should be on the left. So we just have to say like, I think it's just like self start and push it to the left. This whole thing needs a little bit more gap. So I'll say gap of 6. Just to put spacing between these little sections. If you want to be semantic HTML, you could probably do a paragraph tag here. You could do like an H2 over here or something, or H3. I don't know. It depends on the page that this is nested in. This could have some border, and then it could have some padding. I like to do padding Y of 2, padding X of 4. Let's see how this looks. You also need to give it a border color, so border white. Okay, and then like rounded extra large. You could even do more. Is there something higher than extra large? Can we say like 3 extra large? Nice. And then you can do a right chevron. So inside of this, we'll say chevron right. Oh, look at that. We got to fix the styling now. So now I can say flex, item center, give it some gap. Okay, the gap was a little bit too much. Maybe gap of 1. Okay, so it doesn't look too bad. If we zoom in, this is what we're going for. This is what we have. I think what we could do is give the image more width. So like, maybe like a 300. Again, this looks like there's more gap we could apply to this, and this has a bigger line height. So let's go here and we're going to say, it's called leading. I think it's leading, and you could say like 10. Maybe 8. Leading is basically line height. It's going to be like how much space is in between the words. I feel like it needs to be 9 or something. And then for this, get quoted. This looks pretty good. I just need more space between these. So like you could either add some margin to the button. You could add more gap. Or spacing, I guess. Like I could say space Y of 2 and just wrap this. And let's see if that does anything. No, let's do 9. I don't know. There's that approach. You could also do some margin on the button itself, or you could do margin on the paragraph tag. I don't really know what the best approach is. People say you shouldn't use margin on certain things, but whatever. Okay, so this looks pretty good. I think the entire card should be rounded a little bit more. I'm going to say rounded extra large. All right, I'm already having a little bit of fun. Let's just go ahead and do 2XL. All right, let's move on and do this card. So we're going to basically grab this card component. And if you look at this card, it's basically the same layout. Like it's the same. You have an icon, you got an H3, you got a paragraph, and you got a button. So if you wanted to, this is where you can start abstracting things. So like we could have this whole thing be a card. So we'll go down that approach. We'll say function card, and then we want to return that card right there. And then this thing could take in a couple things, like it could take in a title, it could take in a description, it could take in a, well, they all say view more, so take in an image and an icon. How about that? And the image could be optional, and we will only display this if the image is defined. Okay, I think we're making some progress. So now it's just a matter of like using that card component. We could pass in the image, title, the description. We're going to use a little bit of AI just so we don't wasting so much time with coding. And then some of this stuff, like this could be the title. This could be the paragraph. And then I think we should be good. Oh, the icon. The icon, yeah, we'll just go ahead and put the icon here. And we'll take that timer, and it's already going to be put there. Let's make sure that the page looks the same, and it does. Okay, so now if you want 3 cards, the first one is going to be double the size of the next 2. So we'll say card, 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 and save that. But then we're going to put this whole thing, we'll say a grid. We'll put it in a grid. And then we're going to say grid calls for, bear with me, I think this is what we need to do. And then on this, we're going to give this like an extra call span. So I'm going to say class name call span 2, which means we need to pass in a class name here. And that also means we need to interpolate that. I don't have CN, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. I need to install the class names library. Okay, anyway, that's good enough. Okay, and now we have some cards like we're supposed to be doing. So if I zoom out a little bit, this is what we're going for. this is what we have. I think it might be kind of hard to like get this working. Now I think because the image, okay, so first of all, the image shouldn't be showing up on these two. So like I think we have to delete the image from those. Okay. And then the background color, like we just need to change those. Click on this and then I'll copy it. And yeah, is there no way to inline background colors? I'm too lazy to go look it up, honestly. So we'll call this like, this is like a light blue and this could be like the purple over here. So I'll go ahead and just grab this one. I'll say purple. Like that. And yeah, let's just go ahead and use those. So now I'm going to figure out a way to pass in the class name of BG light blue and light purple. Okay, and so those should hopefully take precedence and override them. And now it's a matter of changing these icons. So this is like a database and this is a pie chart or something. So we'll go database, whatever, and we'll do like pie chart. It doesn't have to be exact, although that is pretty close. Lucky for us. Now, what else do we need to do here? I mean, that's good, right? That's pretty good. I think there's some background color on this, which we don't want. So we actually want to give this card a darker background. And then this thing, honestly, I don't even know why we have this. At this point, why do we even have that? Let's delete it. Okay, one issue that we're seeing is that this image is literally like overlapping. So I think we have to give this thing maybe an overflow hidden. Let's see if that does it. Okay, now it's going to hide that image. And the rest is pretty easy. Maybe we just say like BG white. And we want to make it full width. So I'm going to say height of screen. Okay, maybe not height of screen. Let's go back. Let's do this of H screen. And then we'll do wrap that and we'll say BG white. This can get rid of it. Yeah, now it's just a matter of putting like an H1 at the top here, which can say developed from scratch for seamless online functionality. Developed from scratch for seamless online functionality. Okay, no period. And then what does it say? Using technology to make finance simpler, smarter, and more rewarding. So I'll probably do like a paragraph tag. Using finance to make, wait, what does it say? Using what? Using technology. Okay, using technology to make finance simpler. I don't even know what I said. To make finance simpler, smarter, and more rewarding. Smarter and more rewarding. And this one does have a period at the end. Okay, and then 2 buttons, get started and learn more. So let's just go ahead and take that button. This is probably a good opportunity to abstract this to a button. Maybe. Do I want to abstract this? You know, I'm too lazy to abstract it. Let's just go here and we're going to add some type of like flex wrapper with some gap here. I'll add 2 buttons. And the buttons are going to say, get started and learn more. So get started. Learn more. And then as far as like the background color, I think this just needs to be that same color here. It's a little bit darker, but who cares? BG darker blue. Let's just see what that looks like. And then this is going to be like a gray. This would be BG gray of 400. Why not? Okay, and then to get started, the text needs to be, oh, sorry, the learn more, the text needs to be purple. So learn more, I'll say text darker blue. Didn't seem like it applied anything there. No, light blue, light purple. I think this gray is just too much. Okay, honestly, I don't know what color this is. I guess I'll just make this accurate. I'll just copy this and I'll just call it like my gray. Okay, and let's just make this exact. This will be my blue. If you're a good developer, you probably think of better names for that, but I don't care anymore. So we'll do BG my gray, and then this will be my blue. Okay, so now we're cooking. Now the border needs to get removed off of both of those. So like I'm gonna find the border here, and then we're gonna delete those. And I think there's also, do I have border color on those? I don't. Okay, so now it's just a matter of like centering those things. So we should be able to say on both of these, class name text center. The buttons themselves, again, we should say like justify center. If it's a row flex, you can say justify center, and that'll plop them over to the middle. And then we can put some gap between all this stuff. So I'll just say gap of 8. Okay, in flex column. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, developed from scratch. So this needs to be like a text of black and then text of 4XL font bold. Let's just see how that looks. And then we could probably give this some type of fixed width so it wraps. So like we could say like max width of 8. Okay, that's too much. 12. I don't know what these numbers are. Are these pixels? Okay. Let me try large. Extra large. 2 extra large, 3 extra large. I just want to get this thing to work. Okay. That's pretty good. Leading of 10. Can you do a custom leading here? Like that doesn't seem like it's working. Oh, it is. It is working. I'll just do 50 pixels, whatever. And then again, it's not being centered. I think we just need some MX auto here, and that will center it because I gave it some type of maxed height, or sorry, max width, and the whole thing could probably be brought down. So like on the page itself, let's say padding top 12. And then this, I'm going to make this a lighter gray. So here I'll say text darker blue. Why is that not working? That's why I didn't save it. Okay, this is looking pretty good, right? Little tweaks here and there. I think those look pretty good. So let's take this, move it back over here, and compare. This is what we were trying to do, and this is what we did. Which, again, I think like the whole body color. I'd probably just have to go ahead and say like H screen on this. Honestly, let's see. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is just like, let's just go ahead and make sure they're zoomed in the same. So they're both 100%. I'm not going to waste time on trying to fix up the font. I think they're using different font families, and I think they're using different colors for some stuff. And then also I think this thing should have a container. So this is something that's important in Tailwind. You can say container MX auto, and then that should kind of wrap the entire thing. But now we have to do BG white. This is a mess. And the H screen. Oops, I need to put it here. Okay, and then I can get rid of the BG white. I can get rid of the padding top on this. I can get rid of the H screen on that. Okay, this is what we're going for. This is what we got. The only difference is maybe like the width of some of this stuff and the height. I could probably reduce. Oh, the text is different. We've eliminated old analog process. Okay. Okay, they're close enough. I'm happy with this. I had fun building this out. The only difference is this text was like, I need to update this text, but I'm too lazy to do that. And probably add some hover state to these buttons to make it look nice. Now let's go ahead and kill my mood by basically, I'm going to revert everything I just did. Go ahead and just do this. I'm going to delete the card. And I want to show you why the past 10 years of my career has basically been nullified with me trying to get good at CSS and HTML and Tailwind. Please make this in the page I have open. Use the custom colors I added to my Tailwind config. All right, let's accept this and go back, and we'll go to our UI, and look at that. It basically built something that looks identical to it. But honestly, like, bro, that took like what, 5 seconds for AI to generate literally the same thing. And that's a pretty good first attempt. I'm going to go ahead and try to tweak the AI just a little bit and tell it to display the same image. And then also the left card needs to be twice the width of the other cards. So tweak the left card to have the, I think it's called like something PNG image on the right. And also the left card should be double the width of the, oh Jesus, I can't even type the right cards. All right, let's go ahead and just accept this. Let's see what it did. What the heck? What image did it just use? Okay, so I mean, you have to tweak it a little bit. I'm gonna say, okay, can you put the cards in a CSS grid and give the left card a call span 2, total grid of 4. It's struggling a little bit, so it's still good to know Tailwind, I guess. But it also made it responsive. I see that it's adding like responsive breakpoints to all my code, which is something we didn't even do in the other challenge. So, all right, here you have it. Let's see if it's a little bit responsive. We can scale it down. It snaps. Great. The only difference is that these are going off the page. Honestly, it's just a matter of, oh, it even got the text right. Look at that. It actually read the text from the images. It did OCR in the image I gave it, and then it made the text perfect. So yeah, I guess you'd have to come through here and just tweak the card height a little bit so that it looks nice, because right now, I think we just need to reduce the width of this a little bit. But anyway, I had fun actually coding instead of just letting AI do everything for me. But at the end of the day, you saw how nice it is to just have AI do your stuff. All right, have a good day. Happy coding.